What is reality way? The path of life, first formalized and formulated by Dr. Gabriel through the practices and experiences of which man reaches the state of grace, the realization, the reality referred to by many older spiritual traditions. The system of reality transcends the scientific, philosophical, religious, or spiritual systems we know today by acknowledging and embracing them all. It is based on the Reality Codex, first published in Hungary in 2023, which is a simple, practical guide to the process of realization, where man is able to see himself, the external world, and the purpose of life on earth in reality. According to the followers of reality, it can give real answers to the most difficult questions of life on earth, such as, who are we? Where are we going? What is our purpose? Is there a God? And if so, where?
About family and karma.
Hi, Master. Thank you for having us here again. I came here in advance to get over this fear a little bit, to speak in front of everyone. But the questions keep coming, and then the answers keep coming. Either because we came or because they are simply questions that come with answers. I'm a bit nervous. Good. Good. Now I feel that the way you started, thank God, has coincided with my current life circumstances. And I feel like I'm going to fall apart, tear apart. But I know it's good, or I don't know it's good. I don't really know what to believe in, what the way is. Because I also believe that all is always well. I asked myself the question of whether I should give up something that I had felt tied to my family. And then, of course, it would affect every part of my life. Because if I'm tied in one part, I'm more than likely to have the same behavior in the other. And I feel that it's very difficult for me to get rid of that for my ego. Family, for example, is a family business and I love what I do. But lately there's something in me that's been a battle with my parents, and I can and do tell myself I just can't behave any better. I cannot be more lenient with others or with myself. That's all I know now. And I know that's all I can do right now. But something is wrong. And luckily I'm getting help. But I'm also falling apart because something is wrong. So something has to change. And I don't know how to break up. I can, it's fine, I'll go, but I can't, and I don't want to wait. What you started with was an answer. I still don't know what to do, but I'm trying to pull myself together, but it was certainly a response to what I've been living with lately. So can you help me? If you can help with something, well, if you could. Thank you.
Well, first of all, I congratulate you very much for standing up. This is the first big step, so it's obviously no coincidence that there are these great traditions where you have to stand up and ask questions. We've changed a bit here too because it's about you. And if you can stand up, formulate a question. We can't even ask questions at the beginning of the journey because we don't know what to ask and we don't know what we don't know. You started by saying, I don't know what to believe. There is a little hidden agenda here that we should all move beyond. It's good that they are raised in this way, because we should forget about faith. But I'm serious. So, faith is very, very weak. Once I believe, then I doubt. Once I believe, then I doubt. Then I believe. Then, if someone says otherwise, I don't believe. Then, faith is good to start with, but for someone who's already here, and, well, you're here now, thank God. And I'm glad you're here. Yes, you've been here longer, maybe 2 years. And I even remember the first time we met. Let us step out of the age of faith and let it be replaced by trust. Obviously, I wouldn't say we should be immediately knowledgeable because that requires experience. But the bridge between the two, I always say, is trust. And this trust in each other, in ourselves, in me. I know that the first person who probably just looks at it, tastes it, turns it, but for some reason it's already here. So it's evolving, and from there we're confident. The reason I mention it so much is because faith is part of religions. That's fine, but probably religious systems are a bit messed up. So now if you believed in religions and a religion goes bust, what happens to you? Well, they come to me from many places, from here and there. I'm not saying this to judge, but because I'm disappointed in the priest, disappointed in the system, disappointed in the church, etc. Now I have a very dear friend here with whom I was a priest. We just said hello to each other 10 years ago, I don't know. I was a priest, but I didn't see it, so to speak. It's just simply that someone is told. I can't explain it to you, but believe me, it was not enough for me then. It's not enough now, so what's someone? Can't explain in a reasonable way. Don't touch it. So, well, God didn't do something we can't understand, did he? Or how? Anyway, so the point is that this era is over. Let's move on to trust. And I'm not saying blindly in everyone, but while we're here, let's live that trust in each other and in me. If the trust is there, and we may not see it yet, but whatever happens, it moves you. It is you. It is for you. That's the first degree of trust. When I say that, I'm not sure if I'm conscious of it at every moment, but I accept it. I trust the master, or I trust, it's much easier now. Already the fear is diminishing. And then, as I said, the first and subtle vibration of samadhi starts there, and nobody gets away with it. It starts where I sort out the karma of the family, except that this family's karma may go back an amazingly long time. And we need to sort all this out, which is not easy. Let's not think that leaving it here is a way of cleaning up the family karma. Because here too, there are many ways. There is the way of the Buddha who said that, farewell. Got it? Thank you, not me. He throws away riches, throws away the castle, throws away the palaces, throws away the fine clothes, and goes off to be a beggar monk. There's Jesus who at one point tells his mom to please stay out of his business. There is no place for the word woman here, but it remains in the family. It's still true that she'll be out with her new circle of friends, but she won't leave it all behind, because her mom is there at the end. So here we see many different kinds of road. One thing here is that I should have no attachment to my family other than gratitude. So it's also a good solution if I take myself and leave, get out of this relationship. It's also a good solution when I say I'll stay in an affair, but I won't change. I am who I am. Both are good solutions. One is I accept this situation and I develop myself in it through mirrors because I'm constantly getting mirrors and judgments. I am becoming aware, so obviously there will be conflict situations, but the conflict is there because both sides are in ego. When I understood that I didn't know my mom, then of course that changed. At the last minute I managed. Thank God, but I can't pull my Aries mother into grace in any way. And then I came from the right and the left, and then I said with a big laugh, "Mama, I love you." Really? And I said, "You can do whatever you want." Well, if you light each other's cigarette, because that's what the poor things smoke. Cigarettes without a stamp, don't tell anyone. Although it is now out of date. True, it was so smelly, it was awful. But it's my judgment that it stinks. But that is her flat, isn't it? So I said to her, "This is your flat, so don't listen to me. Light a cigarette." So now you can make a conflict. Listen, Mama, that's all you are. You don't smoke cigarettes, cigarettes smoke you. But that's her life, not mine. By what right did he ask me to change his life? No. To this, Maria Sapes said that it is not easy to watch the most beloved people fall into the abyss, drown in the sea, get dirty, suffer. But if you don't ask, then you have to look on without a care in the world and say, "I love you." To say "I love you," or to say "thank you for what I said," to say those two things to the things of the outside world. I love you. If I can't say it, thank you. You immediately stepped out of duality. You immediately took yourself out of karma. And we're doing a really serious mental exercise in the process. I do not judge. I do not criticize. I am not in duality. Thank you. This is humility. Can you feel it? And you say, "Thank you for teaching." But he stops. And then it will start again. Understand? Then there's the other version where I said, "Thank you, I love it, but I'm going." Of course. So you can do that when I say it's good. I know this. I feel it's right. And let's not think about it now. Let's not think about it now. Let's listen to our hearts. If I feel like it, let's go. Go. None of these are problems. The problem is that I'm in a situation and I'm making myself suffer and I'm making the other person suffer. Okay. So let's just decide, and from the heart if we can. And I have restored the karma of the family when I am not dependent on it. I don't want to save it. I am not dependent on it. And I am grateful to my mother, my father, my brother. The point is that when we understand that, as I understood it, that I must have spent 10 years wondering, my mom is okay. But what? My dad, I simply could not understand this. Now it's karma, but I don't understand that either. But that I chose him, I certainly didn't. Me and my dad left this earth in 2006, and it was about 2 years later that I understood why he had to be my father. Not until then. It took my wisdom. It took me to slowly have a child of my own. Until then, I can't. When you have your own child, you realize that it's not so easy. In fact, in one of the biggest ways, good. So there's no wrong decision. Listen to your heart. If you feel that I have not already, then we are doing a spiritual exercise in the meantime. Just relax. The problem is that, once again, I feel that I'm judging my own thing here as I did with the previous question. I judge my own feeling, I judge my own thought, and I say it's wrong. But it's not right. The correct perception is that I'm here. I've heard about it. Family karma, change, no man's land is messed up. Then I sit down and say thank you. And I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's bad. Do you understand? I'm saying thank you. I am in a natural process. Maybe I don't understand it yet. There was a beautiful poem, I can't quote it verbatim, but it was, "Dear mind, I ask you not to make a wish, because you'll wish for something stupid. I ask you not to think anything, because you might think something stupid." I am talking about the world below the heart. So let us take note and use the doctrine, and I say thank you. I do not judge it as good or bad. It is part of the process. All that here. Don't get up. Don't, if you don't. Everything that happens to you is for you. Two are part of the process. It's different that you experience it individually and you suffer from it individually. It's my job to make you suffer as little as possible because you're on your way up. And if you're on your way up, you're going to have to meet them. If someone has been here for 5 years and hasn't called you once to say there's a problem, they haven't gone anywhere, that's for sure. Because you can only theoretically, but he's still in the mud. Okay? Good. Thank you very much.